Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are watching from. Okay, today what am I talking about? Knowing the enemies. I'm continuing with the book review. The book review, Truth, Non-Truth, and Lies by Sunday Adelaja. So today I'm gonna be talking in chapter 3, the battlegrounds of non-truth. And so please share this message to people. Please share this message to people, please. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to keep on what I'm doing today. Knowing the enemy. We've been talking about this non truth. It is very important. Non truth, that you know what how non truth exists in your life because we all live in it. We have all believed in certain things in our life that is non true. It's a half truth because people don't know that non-truth exists. They think that it's only that it's going to be true or false. Okay, life is a warfare. Most of our life we fight battles. We are on the battleground of non-truth. This is where we exist in the world. Truth is not in contest with lies at all. Not the truth is only contents with non-truth. That is what it is. Okay? Truth is in contents with that which has been believed, and it's also producing results today in the world, right? Because non-truth, they like, wow, it's working. Because that is what a lot of people said. Well, it's working for me, even though it's a lie. It's a non-truth they are living on, but people, because it's working, so people, well, it's working. Like a lot of pastors today, and they go, well, he's been doing this, like it's working. So I'm gonna believe in him, even though it's a lie, it's a deception that they are using. That it just happens that it just happened that it's working for them. So people might think, well, I'm just gonna follow it. But we're not realizing that we are living in non-truth. Non-truth is dangerous. It is a very dangerous thing when you are living in non-truth. It is very dangerous. People choose non-truth over truth. A lot of times we are choosing non-truth instead of the truth, the absolute truth. People stand in the middle and refuse to align themselves with the truth. Many people sit on the fences and watching what's becoming faith of the world apart from the fact that it is convenience to do it. Right? People convenience, they're just watching. Wow, we're living in the lies, but we're just sitting in a fence watching what is going on, even though what is going on in the world today, it's not the absolutely truth, but people are enjoying it, people are doing it. Like, for example, like in the Bible, when God created a man and a woman, not man and a man, a woman and a woman. That is the absolute truth. It's a man and a woman. God never made a mistake. He didn't create woman and woman or man and man. He didn't say man and man to reproduce, or a man and man to reproduce, or woman and woman to reproduce. He created man and a woman because only man and a woman were able to reproduce something. Okay, but there is a lie a lot of people are living on today, and it's dangerous. These are some of the things that we are sowing thorns on the ground. Instead of uprooting them, we are bringing more thorns and thistles on the ground because of the lot of non-truths that we are living our life that we believe, because they will try to find data, they will try to find something to prove their non-truth to exist. It's very wrong. Like they will find data. Well, this. Then we are trying to prove that God made a mistake. God is wrong. But God is never wrong. He did something because he wanted to exist. Wherever you go in the world, it's supposed to reproduce the same thing. There is no change, no changes. Okay? So the truth, we're able to reproduce itself. Wherever you go, a man and a woman, man and woman, not man and man, but man and woman. But today, what are we doing? We're legalizing gay. We're doing all the things that God did never will never agree to it. So you see the lies that we are living our life on. It's very dangerous. People say, well, maybe God made a mistake. No, God never made a mistake. He will never make a mistake. Get that. Get that fact. Get it straight that God never make a mistake. Whatever he makes, it's because of a reason, it's because of a purpose. And if you don't know the reason why God makes certain things, you need to go to him and you consult with him. God, okay, why did you do this? Why is this happening this way? And you will have a result instead of finding data to prove that God has made a mistake. Okay? Non-truth is the major threat to our peace of mind and the effectiveness in our life. Most of most of the attack of our life comes from the ground of non-truth. Okay? Just bear with me. People believe in truth and lies, and nothing like non-truth exists for people. So people might be a little bit confused, like, what do you mean by non-truth? Like, what do you mean by non-truth? It's only either true or false. But no, there is that non-truth that is existing, that it is not lie, it is not true at the same thing. So there is a middle ground that the devil used to manipulate a lot of people, because they're like, yeah, it's in the Bible. Okay, it's in the Bible, but okay, what did God say? So people usually twist the word. Even they find scriptures from the Bible and twist it in a way. Even the devil used it on Jesus Christ himself. He said, if you are the Son of Man, turn this stone into bread. So this is how the devil manipulates in our life. He manipulates based on the non-truth. If you get all of what is non-truth, how non-truth exists, guess what? You will have a peace of mind. You're able to produce more. You'll be able to live a peaceful life, because you're not going to be living on based on non-truth that is existing, that a lot of people are existing on. Okay? Non-truth to so many people in the same thing as false. It's like, well, it should be false. No, it's not. People believe that if something is non-truth, it must be a false. But many people recognize and bear with the truth and lies, right? Everybody's like, oh, truth or a lie. They can live like that. That's how a lot of people have been living, right? Non-truth. It's like taking a step backwards from the truth. That is what non-truth is. In the teachings on truth all over the world, if we are talking about truth, we are talking about universal absolutely. We are talking about the entire fact that none alternate. Like everywhere you go in the world, everything has to be the same. Like, for example, mathematics. For example, one plus one, wherever you go in the world, in any language, it is two. One plus one is two, no matter where you go. You go to Africa, it's two. You come to America, you go to Canada, you go to Europe, anywhere in the world, when you go, in any language, one plus one is two. That is the absolute truth. There is nothing you can deny about that. You can never go to Africa and say one plus one is equals to three or four. No, because that is how it's a universal. The truth has to be universal. Wherever you go, you apply that, it has to bring you the same result. You cannot go and apply it and bring a different result. No, that is what absolutely true is. That is what true is about. That if I use this that I'm here, it's going to produce the same thing. I use it in Africa, it's going to be the same effect. I use it in Europe, it's going to produce the same effect. That is what true. But if you are doing something and you can only produce results in your community, in your vicinity, and then if you take that same result, you go to America, you cannot produce that means that is not the absolute truth. Because the absolute truth, it's supposed to be universal. Wherever you go, you're supposed to create a result for you. That is what truth is. Non-truth is like, okay, I said that. So let me just find where I am here. So if the truth is absolutely, and there are matters in life that are not absolutely at the same time of a lies. If it is true, if it's not true, it is a lie. That's what people think. Okay, many conclude that non-truth is just another way of polite saying something is a lie. No, it is not. There are battles in our life you are facing right now that you are not facing on the ground of a lie. You are easily recognizing a lies when you see one, right? We will recognize lies when we see one. But when you see the truth, if you see the non-truth, you cannot recognize it if you are not skillful about it. Because the devil uses non-truth all the time to attack us. You need to know that. There is the battle of life that you are going through. That battle is probably on the base of non-truth in your life that you're going through it. It's not the absolute truth. Like some people will look at you and say, oh, you're a failure. Well, is that true that I'm a failure? No, I'm not a failure. I can do something with my life. You can do something with your life. You are not a failure. God never created you to become a failure. There are a lot of things that you can do because there are a lot of things that is inside of you that you are ignorant about, that we are ignorant about. We didn't know that God put certain things, certain instruments that is in us that we are supposed to use here on earth. But a lot of people are failing to recognize that in themselves. Then they will go around thinking that, oh, I'm a failure. Look, I can do this, I can do that. Look, I'm a failure as a parent, I'm a failure as a wife, I'm a failure as whatever, I'm a failure at job, I'm a failure, I can't do anything right. No, that is the non-truth that is existing in your head, that you cannot do anything right. Guess what? If you put your mind into certain things and you can produce a result, because you have already condemned yourself. You have already said that you're a failure, so you don't have any energy inside of you to even do something right. Okay? People knows what lies is about. A lot of people can deal with lies. A lot of people knows what truth is about. And a lot of people can deal with truth. But many times when the enemy comes, he comes with the issue of non-truth. He comes on the grounds of issue that you are not clear about. And when you are not taking a stand, he comes on the ground of instructing you and are not clear about. Okay, let's go to the Bible, for example. Let's dive into the Bible. Like the book went into the Bible for here. He's given example about Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. Okay, Eve in the Garden of Eden is a beautiful example. Okay, for the devil can, like, how the devil can use a non-truth on us. Okay, see how the devil works. Okay, let me illustrate this. The devil did not come to Eve saying, this fruit, he said, take this fruit and eat it. He didn't come and say, here's the fruit, eat it. He didn't come. Rather, he attacked her on the ground of non-truth. Okay, it comes. First, God has given instruction to Adam concerning the fruit in the garden, right? Let's look at Genesis. Let's read Genesis chapter 2, verse 15 to 17. It said, so the Lord God took the man and settled him in the Garden of Eden, to cultivate and keep it. Look at it though. God put Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden to cultivate and keep the garden, right? Listen further. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, you must freely, unconditionally, freely eat from every tree of the garden. You must freely eat from every tree of the garden. But from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat. Otherwise, on the day that you decided to eat from that tree, you will surely die. Listen, the commandment what Jesus gave. He said, you can eat freely, you can eat everything else, but there was only one limitation that you cannot eat, because if you eat from it, you will know you shall surely die. Because God never wanted us to die in the first place. He wanted us to live forever, like live forever, eternity. God wanted us that. So He prevented us. Do not eat from this tree, a particular tree. You can eat there is a lot of other trees that you can eat from. You can eat every fruit except for one. So what did the devil do? He came. The devil was not happy with God's relationship with man. The devil is never happy when you have a good relationship with God. He's confused. He wanted to wrestle with the kingdom of God. That is what. He had to get man from himself. That is what the devil does. So he talked to Eve with a charge, okay? He was not going to question her with the question, with the truth. He was going to use a challenge in her with a lies, right? So he didn't say do not eat, but the devil comes. He's a sneaky. The devil is very sneaky. When he comes, he's not going to come like a devil. He's going to come in a way that you might not even notice it. So you need to be aware to discern the devil when he comes. Because he didn't come, it's like, oh, I'm the devil. No, he will never. He will come in a way that you might not recognize. But after he have destroyed you, then you will be able to recognize that, whoa, why did I do that? Why did I just do that? I just destroyed my life. So he was going to challenge Eve, that which was not true, at the same time was a lie. He was going to attack her in the middle road called non-truth. He's going to attack Eve with the non-truth. He said, did God really said you must not eat from this tree? From any of this tree in the garden? You see, he's questioning Eve. And then in Genesis chapter 3, verse 1, he said, now the serpent was more crafty. He was more crafty than any living creature that on the field in which God has made. And the serpent, which is Satan, said to the woman, can it really be that God has said you should not eat from any tree of the garden? Listen, his question, when the devil comes in your life, he comes with a questioning to make you doubt, to make you confused. He's coming with the non-truth. It's not coming with the truth. It's coming with something that is not lie or either true. It's just gonna come in the middle, so that you're gonna be thinking, it's kind of true. At the same time, it's not true. It makes you confused. So anytime there is something that is confusing you, you need to be alert. You need to focus to find out, there is something going on here. Anything that makes you question, it's the devil at work. Because God never confused you. It's like straight. He tells you the truth. Okay? Now, God told them to eat of the trees of the garden. He said, except the tree of the knowledge and good and evil. That was the only tree that they were not supposed to eat from. The devil came whispering to Adam, right? He whispered to Adam, He said, you should not eat of any in the whole world. Like this beautiful garden, and God said you should not eat. Like you see, he's lying. Not like he cannot deceive Adam and Eve. He's like, you should not. And it's like, wow, why? So he's painting a picture that God is a wicked God. Why would God allow you not to eat from all this beautiful thing? Look at how beautiful this fruit is. Why are you cannot eat from it? Wow. And then he comes with a lie. Wow, the reason why God, because God wants God doesn't want you to be like him. Like he comes. But that is not true because first of all, Adam and Eve were created in the image and likeness of God. They were like God. So, but the devil, because he wants to have Adam and Eve to himself, so he came as a deception. This is how the devil works in our life, because the devil wants to take control over your life. He comes with a non-truth to distract you from God, to distract you from the presence of God. That is what always the devil does. He distracts you. He brings up stuff that are not absolutely true. So think, when the devil comes on the ground of non-truth, his attempt was very simple. He was going to paint a picture of a wicked God in the mind of Eve. How many of us are in the victim of that? A lot of us are in the victim of that. When the devil paints a picture, why? Like, I'm suffering right now. I'm so poor. I'm poor. I can't even feed my kids. I can't even feed myself. I can't even take care of myself. And the devil will come, wow, you should discern God. Don't worship God. Like you said, he's a wonderful God. Why does he make you suffer? Look at the way you are suffering. That is how the devil comes. You're suffering right now. Look at what you're going through. You don't deserve to go through. And you're worshiping him. You go to church every Sunday. You worship him. You put all your attention to him. And yet he cannot provide for you. He cannot do anything for you. Why are you worshiping God? Abandon him. He cannot take care of you. Abandon him. That is how the devil comes. But is it the truth that God does not love you? Of course, he loves you. He died for you on the cross. He provided everything from you, but he gave you at the same time principle that you were supposed to live on. But you are going against those principles, and yet you want God to bless you. God cannot bless you when you have abandoned his principle. You have abandoned the laws that he have gave you. He cannot. But if you go and you do the things that God commanded you to do, guess what? You will surely reap from those results. It is just like that. So whenever something questioning you, or you question yourself, what kind of God is that? Who does not delight in pleasure of his children? What kind of God is that? That has not given them all the tree to eat from in pleasure. Like, come on. He gave them all the trees. He said, eat from any of these trees, but except one. So, like, confusion. Like, look, why does you have to eat on that one only tree? You have so many to choose on. So many to choose on. But you're just like, he didn't want me to eat on this only one tree. Why? But he have given you abundance. It was only one that you are limited to. Lot of tree that you can eat for. Only one that you're limited to. Because he said, if you eat from that tree, you will surely die. Do you want to die? If you don't want to die, you will stay away from that tree. You will not eat from that tree. It's like, wow, I have so many choices. Like, because Eve didn't question. It's like, wow, I have so many choices. And God said, if I eat from this tree, I'm going to die. So why should I eat from it? I'm not going to eat from it. And then Eve ate from the tree. And then Adam came. And then he fell from the presence of God. Because if he was focusing on God, he would be able to detect, said, Oh, God said we should not eat from this tree, this particular tree, because if we eat from this particular tree, we will die. And maybe Adam should have told the wife, hey, God wanted us to eat from all this tree, but except from this tree. If we eat from this tree, we will surely die. Like instruction, pass on the information, because so that everybody is aware of it, because when we are not aware of certain things, we are going to fall victim of it. But if we make awareness of things, a lot of people will not fall victim of it. And a lot of churches today, are manipulating people. People are living based on lies. Like that is another one for the church. Okay, for example, for the church, like he said, suffer not the wish to live. Right? It was said in the Bible. But then when Jesus Christ laid his life on the cross for us, what did he say? He said, love your enemies. He didn't say suffer. No, love your enemies, because love is the answer to every situation. Because when you love somebody, you don't want to do anything harmful. You don't want to do anything bad to that person. When you're loving somebody, you want to care for that person. You will put that person's interest first. But when you hate somebody, you don't really care about it. So that's why God bring the New Testament. He said, love your neighbors as yourself. Because if you love your neighbor as yourself, would you want to do harm to them? Would you want to do something bad to them? No, you will not want to. You will want to love them. You will want to care for them. You will want to hurt them. You want to do anything harmful to them because you love them. Right? Non-truth is where a lot of us are. A lot of us are existing in the non-truth area. Okay, let me keep going. Non-truth will badly affect your relationship with God. Non-truth will always give God a false identity in your life. Non-truth, that's what it does. It gives you God a false identity in your life. Like, for example, tithe and offering. Okay, let's go to tithe and offerings. Like, it's in the Bible that we are supposed to pay tithe and offering. But what are we supposed to pay those tithe and offering for? Like in the Old Testament, tithe and offering was paid in fruits and vegetables and weeds and all that kind of thing, not money. But today, we have converted that into money, and every pastor are living on the non-truth of tithe and offering. There's like, oh, pay your tithe and offering. Come and pay your tithe and offering to me. You're supposed to give your tithe and offering to me. Yes, you're supposed to give tithe and offering to your church. That is the truth. But what is the pastor doing with your tithe and offering? Is your pastor feeding the hungry with your tithe and offering? Is it using the tithe and offering for the less privileged people? Or is the pastor using the tithe and offering for himself? So you see, there is a non-truth, there is the gray area there that a lot of people are living. I'm going to go give my tithe and offering. Yes, we're supposed to give our tithe and offering. We are supposed to pay tithe and offering. But you give it to your pastor if you know what your pastor is using it for. But if you don't know what the pastor is using for, you can do your own tithe and offering by using it and giving it to less privileged people, people that cannot afford something, people that that is below you. You can give them because it will benefit them more than you give it to people that are above you. It doesn't make any sense. So that is a non-truth, the gray area that people are living on. Because how can I go give tithe and offering to somebody that is driving private jet? I don't even have a car. And I'm giving it to a person that is driving private jet. You have one or two or three of private jet, but yet there are people dying in that economic. The economy is dying. People are dying in that communities. They cannot even afford a meal a day. And yet there is the pastors that gallivanting and driving private jets. They have lots of cars. They're living in big mansions, but yet the members in the church cannot send their children to school. They cannot even afford a meal a day. They cannot even afford 3 meals a day. And yet I am taking my money and gonna give to somebody like that. See the non-truth that we are living in? I'd rather go and give my money to somebody that cannot afford it than give it to somebody that can afford something. So that is all I have for you guys today. I don't want to start another thing and then I will pass my minute. So tomorrow I'm gonna continue with this. Okay? Come and learn something. Your life will never be the same. Once you identify those gray areas in your life, you will start to live a peaceful life. You start to enjoy your life because you are not living in non truth. You're living in truth. You're living in absolute truth because the truth will always fight for you. The truth always stands no matter how long it takes. So live on the side of truth and you will be a free person. Because when you don't live on the side of truth, you're always scared. You're always on the edge. You don't want to be living on the edge for the rest of your life. You want to live absolutely. You want to be proud. You want to be confident because whatever you're living is the truth, is the absolute truth. You don't have to impress anybody. You don't have to do nothing. You are living a truthful to yourself. Okay? So thank you guys again for watching this. Please share this message. Please bless somebody today. Be a blessing to somebody. So God bless you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow. And peace.